What is going on, everybody? AyeMontie here with another episode, another edition of Chill, It's Just a Podcast. And as you guys can see, I am here solo dolo by myself. I don't have a guest this week, and my co-host couldn't make it today. So I'm here. I'm going to be streaming later on today as well over at my Cribbo. I will be streaming Raw tonight. So if you guys want to come and check that out later on, feel free. I'll be there streaming. So make sure you guys are coming over later and watching the Raw stream with me. We could watch some wrestling. You feel me? But yeah, man. So we're just going to continue it on. I said, screw it. I'm just going to get the show going. I'm not going to be sitting here waiting till 8 o'clock. Oh, crap. I forgot to click the recording button. I'm not going to be sitting here waiting till 8 o'clock to be going live. So here we are. I just decided let's do it. Let's go ahead and go live now, and we'll get to it. Oh, dang. See, I might have to fix this other camera over here. Nah, I think it'll be fine. So, yeah, man, I think I just got a few things that I'm going to talk about today. It's really just like a get it off your chest type of day here for me. Just talk about some topics that maybe we've talked about before, maybe we haven't. I'm not really too sure if we have or not, but it's things that I see and that I just want to go ahead and talk about. But first, we are going to go ahead and do our little self-promotions and stuff here. Make sure you guys, if you guys are an artist, if you are out here and you are rapping, you are singing, you are looking for a good producer, somebody to work with, somebody to build with, you need you some solid beats, you come and check out MontieMusic.com, where you can find all of my beats, all of the hardest beats that are out in Virginia right now. Shoot, if you're an artist out here and you really are looking to build a solid connection with a producer or two producers, or, you know, just trying to get you a nice group of people to work with, definitely hit me up, man. I always enjoy working with new artists. I always enjoy selling beats to new artists, selling keywords, selling beats to new artists. It's always enjoyable for me to work with new artists. Even if I don't really particularly like their music, it's always fun. You know, it's always fun to be able to work and listen to new sounds and hear how different people sound on my beats besides myself. I don't particularly always like everybody's beats or everybody's music, but, you know, shoot, everybody has their own creativity, has their own art, you know what I mean? So I don't judge anybody based off of the music that you make. I really don't. That's a lie. I kind of do. It really depends on how bad it is, to be honest. But anyway, but yes, if you would like some beats, I got beats all over the place. I got some trap beats, I got some R&B beats, some pop beats, some Afro pop beats, some reggaeton beats, some I even got some country. I got some I got to make a rock and roll type beat, I guess. Yeah, man, I got all different types of beats. So if you are looking for some instrumentals that you just want to kind of, you know, find something new, find a new producer to really start to connect with, you know, on a deeper level, you know, more personal level, I would say, hit me up, man. Let's get to work. Let's get to it. Also, MontieMusic.com. You can book your studio time there. If you would like to book some studio time, you can book up there. All the different options for the different studio locations and all that is there. I have just updated the website recently, so there's a lot of new stuff up there, new beats, just new style, new flow of the website. So make sure you guys are checking that out. That is MONTIE music at, I'm sorry, not at, just wait, MONTIE music.com, MontieMusic.com. Yeah, make sure you guys are checking that out. Podcasting. If you want to get your podcast started up, hit me up, man. Feel free to hit us up. Over here, we are available for people who want to come and get their podcast started, man. We have a beautiful space here that is open to whoever wants to use it. Shoot, we start at $80 an hour, and you can come and record your own show. You don't have to worry about none of the production or nothing in the back, trying to figure out mics and audio and all that. If you have absolutely no experience, you have absolutely no idea what you're doing, you really just need some help getting your podcast started, come rock with us over here, man. Like I said, it starts at $80 an hour, you know, but you are getting your footage, you are getting your audio. I'm not holding anything from anybody for artists who are used to recording songs in the studio. Just think about it like that, you know. You come in, you shoot your podcast, you leave. And you leave with your footage, you leave with your audio. It's really that simple. It's not too much to it. I'm really not trying to make it a difficult process for anybody. It's really just come in, you shoot your show, and you go. That's really it. You know what I mean? We have 4 workable mics, so you can come in if you wanna. If you got, you have up to 4 people on your podcast at a time. You can do up as many hours as you want. Typically, people do 1 to 2 hours. 2 hours is pretty much the most popular. And you can make your show about anything you want. I'm not going to be sitting here telling anybody how to run their shows or what to do on their shows. If you want to charge people to come onto your shows, feel free. Charge them. I don't care. That doesn't bother me. It's just going to help you pay for the rent space, right? You know? But yes, I do charge a little bit. It is a little bit of a steeper price. It's not even steep enough, to be honest. It should be a higher price if you guys really want to ask. It should be a way higher price than what I charge, because I am also in the back sitting there helping you shoot your podcast and produce for you while you're, you know, sitting here doing your thing. So, hey, man, come and rock with us. We have a beautiful space, beautiful equipment. It's just a nice little vibe in here. Come rock with us, man. Yeah, if you want to start your podcast up, hit us up, man. Shoot, what else do I got for news, man? I don't really got too much news. I've just really been working on a lot of beats lately. I'll just kind of update you guys on what I've been doing. I have been working on a ton of beats lately. I have uploaded so many new beats to my website. I am going to be starting to take some down. I've also sold a lot of beats, so that's, you know, that's another course of why I've been taking a bunch of beats down, is because they've been being sold exclusively. So, yeah, once you get those exclusive rights, that's it, man. It's down for the count. Nobody else can buy that joint. I take it off of, you know, all my socials, all that good stuff. So, yeah, come and rock with me, man. I have, oh, man, I was going to play some beats up here, but that's just not what I do on my show, so I'm not going to do that. Come rock with me, though. Shoot, I have made some of the best beats that I made, honestly. Some of the best beats that I have ever made, I feel like I have made in the last couple of weeks. I put a lot of effort, a lot of time, energy into making these beats, and they've been coming out pretty dang good, man. So if you got a project you're working on and you really just want to find some new styles of music, or you just want a new swag, or even if you're just trying to do a whole project together, man, hit me up. Exclusive beats as well. They're going for anywhere from $200 to about $200 to $500, depending on the beat. It all depends on how much effort I put into the beat, because some beats I can make in 10 minutes, and those ones I'll sell for probably like $200. But beats that I put a couple hours into, like I did a beat the other day that took me, shoot, I was working on it the vast majority of the day, to be honest, probably about 8 hours. Yeah, a beat like that I would sell for definitely a lot more. So it really all depends on the beat. It also depends on the artist, too, because if we have a good, solid working relationship and you've been buying a bunch of beats from me, shoot, I'm going to be way more in tune to selling you beats for the low ski, you know? But if, you know, I don't really see you too much, I don't really know you too well, I'm not really going to be too enticed to try to sell you a lower beat. It's probably going to be at a regular retail price, you know? But enough about all that, man. Enough about selling products and all that good stuff. Let's talk life, baby. So what's been going on in life lately? What's been going on for you guys? That's what I really want to know, is what has been going on in the life of everybody else who is out there in the world right now. How are you guys feeling? You know, if whoever is going to be watching the show tonight, if you want to join into the chat, like if you hit the chat and you're like, yo, I want to come on, I will send the link for the video and we can get that popping. We can get that popping right here, right now. We can get you on the video. We can see what's up. You know what I mean? Actually, I didn't even set that up, but whatever. Oh, yeah, it's already, yeah, I mean, it's already pretty much set up to go. But anyway, yeah, so if you're watching and you want to join in, that or just join into the chat, man, and we'll be here and we'll just chop it up. I'm not going to be doing the show for too long, as you guys see, and as you guys know, it's just me by myself, so God knows I only can talk but for so long. So yeah, we're just here with it. So yeah, let's get into it though, man. So the first sign of business that I want to talk about today is really, I want to just get some things off of my chest that I feel about myself. I just kind of want to use this as a time to just kind of self-reflect, you know. So one thing that I've learned throughout life is that everybody in this world is weird in their own way, shape, or form. Everybody has something weird about them that just makes them uniquely different than everybody else. I mean, some things are more extreme than the others, but in my personal opinion, being judged for something that you're into, depending on what that thing is. I'm gonna say that, depending on what that thing is. If you're judged for based off of things that you're just into, and people don't, they don't accept it or like it or whatever. Like, so for instance, you're a grown ass man into collecting action figures, right? It's not everybody's forte. It's not what everybody likes to do. Some people look at that as childish. Some people think that, only kids should be collecting, action figures and stuff like that. That's not the case. I think everybody in this world starts off as a child. You know what I'm saying? And as a kid, you have these tendencies, you just have all this big imagination that when you grow up, that imagination kind of shrinks a little bit, because you have to start to really like dig into the reality of real life. But like there are certain things in your imagination or just in your brain that's just stuck there as a kid. Either it was something that you did that you really just enjoyed more than anything else in life, or if it was something you really always wanted to do and you just never were really able to do it, whatever the case is. Some things just stick, and so everybody has those weird things. Like for me, I like playing video games, I like abstract colors. I like to watch trippy things. It's just, I like to watch cartoons, like stuff like that. Like stuff that I feel like maybe some other adults might find childish or whatever. I still enjoy doing, man. Like if there was like an adult theme park, not theme park, but like an adult arcade with like an adult playpen that you could go in, I'd probably be in that playpen type of thing. Because I remember being a kid going to Chuck E. Cheese or whatever, and they had the big jungle gym playpen thing in the middle, and all the kids would want to go jump around in it and have a good old time in the playpen. I remember those times. Those were some pretty good times. So as an adult, I mean, I know we have places like Surge or we have like the trampoline parks and stuff like that, but it's still a little bit different, And it's like, have you ever felt like as a grown man, does it feel weird to do certain things like as a grown man by yourself? So like, I've been doing a lot more by myself lately, right? Like going out to eat, maybe going out to the beach. I went to Busch Gardens by myself not too long ago. I've been starting to learn to do things on my own. But like I feel like there's certain limits and there's certain things that you probably still shouldn't be doing by yourself because it may be weird. Like too weird to the point where it's like what's the word? I can't think of the word, but like going to a water park as a grown man by yourself. I feel like I would make people uncomfortable. Like if you're just like a grown man by yourself in a freaking pool with a bunch of people around, even if you're keeping to yourself, I feel like you're still going to be kind of looked at as like weird. Like a water park by yourself. I don't know. I don't know if I could do that one. I do enjoy eating by myself. Going to restaurants by myself, just go get my own food. Chill by myself, watch some videos on my phone. I enjoy that for sure. I went to Busch the other day. I want to say last week or something like that. By myself. Enjoyed it a lot. I actually really enjoyed going by myself. It was a good time. I didn't have to wait for nobody. I can go to any ride that I wanted to go because like there's certain rides that I feel like every time I go there, people aren't trying to get on them with me. Like Escape from Pompeii. Like nobody ever wants to get on that ride because you get wet. It's like, for me, it was personally hot out that day, so I was just like, yeah, I'll go ahead and get up on here, get a little wet. Pause. No diddy. And then continue on with my day, and that's exactly what I did, and I enjoyed it. It was a good old time. Yeah, like I said, I just do feel like it is weird to do certain things on your own, though. I guess there's not too many things, though, that I would feel. Like I said, I think it was really just the water park thing that I felt like would be kind of weird to do by yourself. Like, oh, see, I gotta fix this camera. It's killing me. Hold up. Oh. Sorry, y'all. Oh, is that better? No, I was way off. Whatever, I pretty much just put it back to where it was, but it doesn't even matter at this point. I'll just keep it where it's at. I was just not liking this thing being in the way, but whatever. We're already here with it. What was I saying? Yes, doing things by yourself. Yeah, I think it was mostly the water park thing. Um, that and maybe clubbing. I don't know. I feel like going out to a club by yourself might be a little weird, but I mean, I guess people do it all the time. Like, I know people go out to the bar by themselves all the time, but for me, it's just like, I don't know, going to the club by yourself. One, I don't even like to go to the club like that much, like, especially not enough to go by myself. Um, if I got some friends there, like somebody who I know there that works there, maybe I'll go, but yeah, nah. I mean, the club scene is just not for me that much. I mean, I went out, what, Friday? Tay got me out, and we had a good time though. Like, don't get me wrong, if I do go out, I'll have a good time. I won't necessarily love being out, and I'll have a lot of social anxiety, but I still feel like I'll have a good time. Um, yeah, that's really my take on that. It's just people are weird. Everybody's weird in their own way, shape, or form, and I'm gonna get back on that. And then just doing things by yourself. Don't be afraid to do things by yourself, like, either. I know I was just saying that some things seem kind of weird to do by yourself, but like, there's a lot of things that aren't. Don't be afraid to do things by yourself. You know what I mean? It's okay. Like, enjoy your time alone. It's super important to like enjoy time with yourself. You know what I mean? And we'll get more into that in a few. But going back to the people are weird thing. Everybody in the world has their own has their own quirks, has their own weird things that they're into. Don't judge people based off of things that they like, things that they enjoy, all of that good stuff. It's corny, it's stupid. I hate seeing people judging other people just based off of things that they like. Like, if you're a grown man and you like anime still, so what? Like, I'm a grown man, I like wrestling, as y'all can see the shirt. So what? Like, people who judge you based off of what you like are just insecure people who are too afraid to admit the things that they like to. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's just corny. People like that are just stupid. And also, don't be so concerned about everybody's opinion on you. You know what I mean? Like, why are people so concerned about other people's opinions on them? You know what I mean? Like, what is the point of being so concerned about how somebody else or other people feel about you? I get it if it's somebody that maybe, it's a girl and you have a crush on her or whatever the case is and you want to try to impress her. And I get all that. But it's like, at the same time, if you have to pretend to be somebody you're not just to impress a girl, do you really think that relationship's going to last when you start to actually, like, show her who you are? And now she's just like, oh, you're not. I thought you were like this way. Now you're this way. Like, and now she's sitting there shocked. You know what I mean? It's like, you really should just appreciate who you are, accept who you are, and not give a fuck about what anybody has to say about who you are. Like, who you are is how you were born. It's the things that you're into are just life experiences, things that you've learned throughout life. And especially people who are, like, judging people based off of things that, like, they were born with. So, like, say someone was born with a long nose and you're making fun of them for that. That's so stupid. That's so corny. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody was born with a big old mole on their face and you're making fun of them for that. Like, come on. What are you, fucking 10? Like, we don't like stuff like that. To me, that's just corny. I don't like making fun of people for their physical features because it's just not funny, man. It's not cool. It's not funny. And, if you were born with certain features in your life, like, what are you going to do about it? There's nothing you can really do about that. You got to deal with it. But then you have all these people who are like, oh, well, I don't like how my butt's shaped, so I'm going to go get a BBL. I don't like how my tits are shaped, so I'm going to go get fake tits. Like, that's cool, but just accept who you are. I think we all have to start learning how to accept who we are as people and stop listening so heavily to people on social media. People who we don't even know. We're listening to people who we don't even know on social media judging us based off of, oh, you like this type of stuff, oh, you're whack, you're this, you're that, you're never gonna get what you want, you're never gonna find this, that, and the other, whatever the case is. Like, why are you judging? Why are you even listening to the people who are judging other people on the internet heavily? I mean, I do it too, don't get me wrong. I'll go up to some random person's page that I see and I'll see some shit I don't like, I'll leave a hateful comment. I've done it. I've been refraining from it, so I guess this is going to me too. But for us who are out there just trolling people just to be dickheads, stop being dickheads. It's stupid, it's corny, it's childish. And I'm even saying this to myself. It's not cool. Like, when people come onto my posts and just say stupid, hurtful things for absolutely no reason, it hurts my feelings a little bit. It bothers me a little bit. I try not to. Well, it doesn't really bother me that much anymore, but it used to bother me a little bit, especially. But I always look at it like, you're just a rando dando person I'm probably never going to meet in life. Even if I do, you're going to not have that same energy. You're not going to have the same energy at all. You're going to be like, oh my God, I saw your podcast up there. It's going to be rare, very seldom that you're going to run into somebody who's going to have the same exact energy when you run into them. Who's talking about, oh, your show sucks. And then you run into them somewhere and they're like, oh yeah, watch your show, dude. Good shit. Like, go fuck yourself, you fucking haters. You know, that's just kind of how I feel about it. People are corny. So anybody who is out there who's just really just like trolling people on the internet, stop. We gotta stop. Just stop it. And then people who are allowing people to, you know, get to their heads, who are just randos on the internet. You post a picture you like, right? You post a picture and you're just like, yo, I fucking love this new outfit. Excuse me. I love this new outfit that I got. Great. And then you start getting comments like, oh, I don't like how that looks. I don't like how that looks. I don't like how that looks. And now you're just completely turned off of the outfit because you had all these other people who are just like, oh, I didn't really like that outfit too much. It was kind of ugly. And now you're just like, oh, man, I really like this. Oh, no. And now you're never going to wear it again. And now we're all just sitting here like, yo, what the fuck? You know? Me personally, I'll take what people have to say and I'll be like, cool, you know? But I don't really try to let it get to me anymore. Just because there's no point. It's pointless to let things get to you at this point. It's like letting other people's judgment of you just put you, like, letting other people's judgment of you affect you to that extent can really bring you down to a negative place that you just simply don't want to be at. I know me personally, I hate being depressed. I hate being sad. I hate going through all that bullshit. And so a lot of things I'm not letting it affect me anymore. Girls. I go through a lot of dumb shit with girls. If you guys haven't noticed, I've gotten pretty chubby, pretty fat, a lot less attractive than I used to be back in the day. I still love myself though. You know, and it's like I still accept myself and appreciate myself, and I know what I can bring to the table and how much love I can give and how much I can care about somebody. And if you want to be looking at that, cool. I mean, I get it because I'm not into like super hippopotamus size women. You know, I'm not really into girls like that. I like thicker women though. I can deal with a little bit of thickness to you. You know what I'm saying? But you got to freaking foop down to the floor. I just can't. I can't really get jiggy with that. I ain't gonna hold you. But point being, I lost my point. My train of thought. My bad. I was Fupas and fat girls and all that shit. Love yourself. What a fucking my bad, y'all. I just threw myself off with that whole thing because I just started thinking about things I shouldn't have been thinking about. All right, so I'll just go ahead and move on to the next part. Hold on, I'm going to my notes here. Boop. Boop. Okay. So, here's the one thing, right? On the internet, I tend to see a lot of women complaining. A lot of women complaining about just about men. And I mean, I see men complaining about women, but lately I've just been seeing a lot of women complaining about men. Here's my take on all of this, since nobody is here to interrupt me this time. I feel like nowadays, in 2024, women have adopted a typical man's mindset. I'm going to say a typical 20 to 30-year-old man's mindset. Bachelor. 20 to 30-year-old bachelor man's mindset. As far as nowadays, it seems like majority of women are okay with being thoughts. Like being a thought is cool, or like being a hoe is cool. You know, I think that, and I genuinely feel this way, that a lot of women, especially, sorry to say this, but black women, feel like it's cool to be, you know, sexy red. Like it's cool to just be out here sucking and fucking everything just to get your way, just to get money. Just to get opportunity, just to get this, that, and the other. If you're an attractive female and dudes are going to fall for it, cool. I mean, shit, all the power to you. Do what you got to do to get to the top. You feel me? But there's also a lot of women out here who just aren't, you know, you're not attractive enough to be doing all that. One. And two, you shouldn't be doing that shit anyway. Because regardless of what you look like, how attractive you are, you shouldn't be out here just using people to try to get what you want from them. You know what I mean? What I have noticed is that there's a lot of women out here with multiple baby dads. You got 3 kids, 3 baby dads, and you are out here with a really bad attitude, still thinking that the world owes you something, feeling like you're still an asset to somebody's life. I'm sorry to break it to you, honey, but you're not. Once you have multiple kids and you have multiple baby dads and you have all this baggage that comes with you, you're no longer an asset. You're a complete liability. I'm sorry to break it to you, and if that hurts your feelings, don't really fucking care at all. It's just the truth of the nature. You have multiple kids, that's baggage. You have multiple baby dads, that's baggage. Even if you only have one baby dad, but you have multiple kids with that man, that's still mad baggage that you're going to have to deal with moving forward. So if you're out here and you got 3 baby dads and you still out here trying to get dudes to be sending you money and all this, first of all, go ask your baby dad for money. You got a deadbeat baby dad? That sucks to be you. You shouldn't have been spreading your legs for him. Oh, I didn't know at the time? Well, you should have learned first instead of going on one date and then fucking them the same night. Like, there's so many ways to avoid all of it that just people are just choosing not to do. You know what I'm saying? But that's hearsay. You know, not really my business, not really my problem. But yeah, if I'm just letting you, just making it be known that if you have multiple kids, multiple baby dads, you are a liability. You are not an asset to any man. Okay? Now, you might be able to find a man who will take care of you, who is more than willing to take care of you. And hey, man, all power to you guys who are out there, more than willing to take on the responsibility of playing stepdaddy to a whole bunch of kids that are not yours. That's, hey, man, all props to you. I'm not going to lie. If I find a woman that I really enjoy her as a person, she's a great person, I'm attracted to her, we're vibing, the kid's not going to bother me at all. I'm perfectly okay with a kid. A single kid. That is really probably my limit here. Is if you have one child, I think I can deal with that. You have multiple children, we are going to have different discussions. Because my thing about it is like, one, a big part of it for me is that I want my own family at some point. So if you're not able to provide a family for me or let me get the child that I want at some point, we're not going to work. But if you have multiple kids, for me, that's just screaming liability. And I do know that when it comes to, you taking on a woman and her baggage, those kids are all a part of that baggage. So multiple kids, that aren't yours, that you're going to have to now start paying for shit. You're going to have to start taking them places, doing all different types of shit to be a stepdad to them. Some people that's for them, some people it's not. For me, it's just not for me. Like I said, you have one child, and you're still willing to have another one. I'm going to love your child just as much as I would. Well, probably not just as much, but, probably near as much as I would my own child, whatever the case is. But it's just like, I don't know. If you have 3 kids, for me, it's just going to be a little bit harder because you're less susceptible to wanting to have more kids most of the time. Like, I'm not wrong on this. Majority of women who already have 3-4 kids, a lot of them are getting their tubes tied or whatever the case is because they don't want no more, so that's a big for me. But yeah, you girls with multiple baby dads, a whole lot of baggage, just has no job, no car, no crib, no nothing, and you're just trying to mooch off of dudes, and then you want to try to disrespect and judge a man for being broke or whatever the case is when you broke as hell. That's just not it for me. Y'all need to chill the fuck out and start to realize that you are a complete liability to any man's life, and you need to have respect for these men because they are going to be the ones who are going to take care of you because you clearly can't take care of yourself. You clearly need some assistance. You clearly need a father figure for your children's lives. And so if you're deciding, hey, I'm going to be an asshole to whatever man that it is that decides to fucking deal with you, reap what you sow at that point. Just reap the consequences of what's going to happen because a lot of men, I mean, me personally, I'm not going to deal with that shit. Like, if I have a shorty, she has kids or whatever, and we're chilling with each other, and I start going through a tough time or rough time, I got a lot of bills going on or whatever, and then she wants to downplay me, downgrade me, just because I'm at the time not doing too well, when most of the time you're never doing well. Because there's a lot of shorties out here that I know that have absolutely no money. They have absolutely nothing going for them. They don't got nothing going on. But, you know, they feel obligated, or I'm sorry, they feel entitled to call a man broke because he don't have, you know, money. But, you know, they were just asking him for money for the last couple days type thing. You know what I'm saying? I was actually watching something earlier, and it was what is it called? Down dating or something like that. So when men are the breadwinners, you know, they're respected. Women, for the most part, I'm not even gonna say all the time, but usually they get a little bit more respect if they're the breadwinner. When the man's making money, he is expected to pay for everything. He's expected to provide. He's expected to, you know, be the head of the household, do whatever, and not complain about it. But now, apparently, you know, when a woman, well, I'm sorry, hold up, let me rewind. And if a man is doing all of that, he's still also not expected, but a lot of women aren't feel like they're entitled to his money, or they're entitled to living his lifestyle or whatever. If a man builds a life for himself, no woman is entitled to his life. No woman is entitled to his money at all. But what happens is a lot of men who have money, they will find broke girls and they will start spoiling them and giving them money, this, that, and the other thing. And that's just the norm. But when a woman has a job, you know, 6-figure income, making her own bread, got her own space, own place, own car, whatever, and she were to maybe date a man who didn't have all of that, now she's down dating, and now it's a big ick or a big problem in a lot of women's lives, to where they don't want to date a man who has less than them. Oh, if I'm here, and trust you and me, I know this from experience, from somebody who I've dealt with. Oh, well, if you know, I have my own house now, and I have my own this and that and this and that, so the man also has to be on that level or further than me or higher than me. But hold up, when you ain't have shit and the man did, what? So he wasn't like, oh, nah, you ain't got shit, I can't fuck with you. No, he was like, look, I got you. You know what I'm saying? So why in 2024 women feel like, oh, nah, if he's broke, I can't fuck with him, instead of, shit, I'm gonna work with him. Like, I get after a while if somebody's just trying to mooch, yeah, nah, you gotta get rid of them. But if somebody's just going through a tough time and they lost their job or whatever, and they gotta get back on their feet, and you're just giving up on them like that, you're a sad individual. You know what I'm saying? Like, just a very sad individual, in my opinion. But yeah, enough on that, man. Next thing that I'm gonna go to, well, yeah, this is gonna be the last thing on this topic, is I mean, I already kind of said it, but I see a lot of things on my Facebook that I just am tired of seeing. A lot of y'all females out here, you're just not as good looking as you think. One. Two, your attitudes are just way out of hand. I want to put it like this, right? So here's an example. I was talking to Tay the other day, right? And on Friday, we went to the alley, right? And we were talking after the fact, and she was just like, "Mom, did like no girls caught your eye or anything like that while we were in there?" And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, there was a couple of shorties in there who caught my eye. There was this one particular girl who really caught my eye. This white girl, saw her, and she was looking fine as hell, tiny, petite, short little thing, just like I like them. And she was just looking fly as fuck, right? But me personally, just from a lot of past experiences, I don't personally like to talk to people when I'm out. Like, when I go to the club and stuff, I mean, unless I'm like pissed drunk, I really don't try to sit there and talk to females, you know, try to hit on girls and all that shit. Just because, like, for me personally, it's pointless to go do something that you know you're not going to succeed at. I have no swag. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know what to say to girls like that. Like, I get shorties, don't get me wrong. Like, I've been with plenty of women in my life, but like, when it comes, but that's just meeting them through time. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had to build pretty much everything through time that I've dealt with, and I'm better with texting words, articulating my words through a text message or a letter or something, opposed to trying to just speak all the time. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the times I'm trying to speak too fast, and my mouth's moving a lot faster than my brain is, and then I start stuttering and saying shit I'm not even trying to say and all that good stuff. Yeah, but back to the story. But she was asking, she was like, well, why didn't you say nothing to her? I'm just like, because, like, I'm afraid at this point. When you go out as a guy, trying to go out to a bar and approach a female, a lot of them just give you an instant attitude, like right off the bat. Like there's been plenty of times that I've tried, like I tried to step out of my shell, and you just get a fucking cold shoulder attitude from a shorty who's just like, one, you're not that bad. Like just because you look good don't mean that much. Like, and what do you look like without all that makeup on? That's also another question we all have to like keep into consideration, that a lot of you don't look that good without all that makeup on. So you might want to kind of chill out with all that. But point being, I had, when we were talking about it, she's like, oh, well, you know, you got to stop being a pussy. You got to like talk to these girls, da-da-da-da-da. You got to try them. Funny thing was the next morning when I woke up, I was looking through my Facebook, and I was looking at stories or whatever, and I had scrolled past a story, and it happened to be that white girl from the night before. And I was like, oh, snap, I follow her on Facebook already. Cool. So I go to messages, and I had already tried, and I ain't never getting a response. But it was that day. It was Friday. Like it was the day before that I had noticed this chick, and then I had noticed her again, like at the alley. To me, that was kind of weird, but anyway, but yeah, it was just the point being is like, it's hard to talk to females when a lot of them have that same bitchy attitude from the jump, because for one reason or another, you know, they're tired of hearing, you know, tired of getting hit on or whatever, because a lot of dudes are just fucking jerks about it. They're being gross about it. They're being weird about it, you know, and a lot of girls just don't want to hear the shit no more, you know. So it discourages somebody, you know. For me personally, it just discourages me. I don't particularly like to try to talk to girls when I'm out. I just let it be what it is. If you start eyeing me and we're making a lot of eye contact, then I'll try you. But like otherwise, nah, I'll leave it. But point being, stop being bitches. Stop having bad attitudes. Fucking over it. All right, next thing that I have. The Olympics are here. I'm over it. Tay brought this up earlier. I already knew. Fuck the Olympics at this point. It's just turned into a fucking joke, if you ask me. The opening show incorporated a whole bunch of trans people trying to pose as the Last Supper. In my opinion, it did look exactly like that. Like, I'm talking placement and everything. So I saw what they were trying to do. It was disrespectful, in my opinion. I think that it's very disrespectful for that community to be, what's the word? Antagonizing religious beliefs the way that they are. Doing that specific thing to me was just crossing the line in a lot of ways. Me personally, I'm not a religious person. I don't really consider myself to be any type of religion, to be honest. I just have my own specific beliefs on things, but I wouldn't even try to disrespect somebody else's religion that way, especially knowing that a lot of the world is just not, you know, accepting of who I am and what I do type of thing. Now, when it comes to the LGBTQ community, I keep trying to tell y'all like this. We don't give a fuck what you're into. Keep it over there, though. That's it. It's that simple. You don't want to sit here and listen to us talking about, you know, heterosexual men talking about fucking bitches, heterosexual women talking about fucking dudes. You want to talk about, you know, dingalings dressing in dresses, touching other dingalings, go over there and talk about it. That's cool. We can coexist, no problem, no issue. I've worked with trannies before. I'm sorry, excuse me. With trans people before. And it doesn't bother me. I was cool with the person. The person was a pretty cool person. Had no issues, you know. But also that person didn't try to push their agenda or push their beliefs and lifestyle on me. You know what I'm saying? I've had gay friends before. I've hung out with gay dudes. I've had gay dudes sleep over at the crib before on some friend shit. Relax. Um, and it wasn't until the gay dude tried me that we were cool all the way up until then. Once the gay dude tried me, and it was on some like nah, we can't be cool no more. It's a respect factor. If you're gay and you're hanging out with straight people, respect that they're straight. It's that simple. If you're trans and you're hanging out with people who are not, don't expect them to accept you or call you freaking she if you're a he. If you're going out in public and you look like a guy and a guy mistakes you for, somebody mistakes you for a guy, even though you're dressed like a girl, don't be mad. For all of you, I go by tis, tim, tom pronouns and this, thine, them pronouns and all this other pronoun bullshit. Stop. Like, stop expecting people to sit there and be delusional with you, okay? Were you born with a penis? Were you born with a vagina? Were you born with both? If you were born with both, I can say you're transgender. I can say that, okay, well, you have a vagina and a penis. Seems like to me that you're, a little bit of both. Cool. But if you don't have any of that, chill out. Chill out. My bad. Shit. Just point being is keep it over there, okay? We don't care. Just like y'all don't care about what we're doing, and what we do disgusts y'all, what y'all do disgusts us. You know what I'm saying? Fuck. Bam. Last order of business for today, and then I'm just going to wrap it up. Kamala Harris. For anybody who has been living under a rock, it seems like she is the nominee to take over for Biden. Biden has stepped down early last week. And it looks like she's going to be the one running in his place. I've seen and heard a lot of my black friends or just black people around saying that they're voting for her simply because she's black. Before you do that, before you go and vote for Kamala Harris simply because of her skin color, because she's half black, whatever, do your research on her. Okay? Do your research. Figure out who she is for real. Figure out what she's done. And then make that judgment call. Okay? Don't just off the bat just go vote for her simply because she's black and you don't like Donald Trump. Go do your research on her because she is a very dangerous woman as well, in my opinion. This is my personal opinion here. I think Kamala Harris is a very dangerous person. I don't think she is a very good fit to be president of the United States. I don't think she has any business in office at all. That's just my personal opinion. But I also don't think Donald Trump does either. I think Donald Trump is a great businessman, but not a great president. I think that he is a childish man. He is not fit to be running our country. None of these people are. If you ask me, everybody in Congress needs to be hitting the street, hitting the road, getting up out of there, and go ahead and put a bunch of fresh faces in there that are really, truly selected by the people. Because I think that our leadership that we have had the last, 8 years has been a fucking joke. America has hit the shitter. Why? Because we have had nothing but shit presidents for the last couple of years. We had Trump go to Biden, and it's been shit to shitter. That's what it's been for us as a country. Biden honestly has done nothing good for the country. Trump did a few good things from what I've seen, from what I've heard, but both of them have been absolute garbage, absolute dog shit, have been absolute childish, immature individuals throughout the entire campaign so far. I'm glad Joe Biden stepped down because he's just too damn old to be doing this. I do think that there needs to be an age cap on presidential selections. Like, you shouldn't be over 65 still able to run for president. No, it should be 40 to 65. That is the age range. Otherwise, get the fuck up out of there. We don't need no 85-year-old president again. Get those outdated fucking schmucks out of here. We don't need them anymore. All of you outdated, fucking out of touch congressmen, Senate, all of y'all need to go. All of y'all need to get the fuck out of here and let's start fresh. That's just how I feel. I hate our government. I hate the fact that we can't trust our government. I hate the fact that we all have to be afraid pretty much to do anything. Our country has turned into shit. Our American dollar has turned into shit. We're a joke to everybody in the world. I see why. We're fat. We're lazy. We're broke. All the above. And for all of you fucking schmucks who, oh, we're the richest country, we're one of the richest country, we have all the rich people. Look at the percentage of rich people compared to the percentage of broke people. And also look at what those rich people are doing with all of that rich money that they have. Nothing. For us. You have our government who's sending millions of dollars overseas to go help all these other fucking pricks, while we're over here struggling, homelessness up to through the roof, skyrocketing, shooting, skyrocketing, people dying left and right, not giving a fuck. Our presidential candidate almost just got shot a couple weeks ago now. This is what we're going through, but our government is way too focused on sending money and focused on everybody else everywhere else. If you ask me, what's going on across seas ain't got shit to do with us and our business. That's just me personally. This is all my personal opinion. So if you want to hate me for it, hate me. I don't personally give a fuck. You know? But our country has turned into shit. I'm pretty much over it. I'm just living day by day until I actually have somebody I feel like I can trust running for office. I'm going to continue to be an unregistered voter. I'm going to continue to not vote and not give a fuck. Because our votes don't matter anyway. The people's votes, they don't matter. Regardless of what any fucking politician, political fuck wants to tell you, they don't. Electoral college votes matter. It's like the little people or the little fucking Congress people of each state, the little fucking house of whoever the fuck, the reps of each state, their opinions matter. Ours don't. So we can go vote all we want, you know. It's not gonna matter. So, but yeah, man, that's all I got for today. Did a little 45-minute segment, give me a little bit of content to push for the week. We just didn't have the whole cast here, so I wanted to at least do something, just to keep it going. Like I said, I am gonna go live again tonight to stream for Raw, as long as I can get everything set up correctly. Otherwise, shit, man, we're here. You feel me? So, I appreciate anybody who tuned in. Sorry, it's kind of been a whack show, I'd say, but you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. We gotta keep it going. So, all right, man. Until next time, this is Chill. It's just a podcast with AyeMontie on the track. Peace. Oh, wait. Before we even do that, if you want to get up on the show, hit me up. I am a little bit more selective about who I ask or who I allow on the show, simply because, one, I don't want really bad influences on my show, and two, you got to do something with life. You know, if you're just fucking bumming it, not really doing much, and you're a boring person, I don't really want you up here. I'm just being honest with you. If you smell bad, I'm being 100% honest with you guys. This is just me coming from the heart right now. If you smell bad, we're not doing the show. I've had a couple people come in here smelling like fucking ass. And for me as a grown man, having to tell other grown men that they need to go wipe their ass and fucking clean themselves. Like, I know I just come from work, coming directly here from my job. But, like, y'all should see all the fucking maintenance I do prior to even doing this. Because I do a lot of, like, trying to clean myself up, make myself smell better. So, because I'm not driving all the way 40 minutes back to Hampton just to drive another 40 minutes back out here, 30 minutes, whatever. It's not happening when I work 10 minutes from here. No. Y'all can understand that, right? And if you can't, whatever, go fuck yourself. But yeah, I am a little bit more selective, but if you have something going on, like, you don't have to be popping, just do something with life, you know, then I'll be more intrigued in talking to you. Or if we just have conversations, you know, prior, because you just kind of coming onto my post, oh yeah, bro, I want to be on your show, and I'm like, yo, I'm looking for people, and I don't really know you, you're not going to be on the show. I'm just being honest with you. There's already a few people who are up there. I don't really know you too well. I may have seen you or interacted with you once or twice, but that's not enough for me. I got to know you enough to have to know that I can have a good conversation with you, and that you're not going to be a little bitch about it, you know? So that's what it is. So yes, sir. Up until next week, I'm going to do better. Make sure my cast is here and have a guest for next week.